Hello and welcome to a complete new method of learning Bengali language. Let's go over the vowels, and we have about a few vowels, and I'm not gonna burden you how to pronounce them now. And here are the consonants, and there's a lot of them. Again, I'm not gonna go over this right now. It's a combination of vowel and consonants that we use mostly, and this is how they pronounce. And let's go over real quick. The first one, the first line is most use vowels, so we're just gonna go over real quick. This symbols is pronounced as O. This symbols is pronounced as E, or sometimes I. This pronounced as U, or take it as a U. This is E. This one is Oi, O, O. And then you have Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, Ja, Cha, Ja, Ja, Ta, Da, Ta, Dha, Na. So that's more of an N. Pa, Fa, Ba, Bha, Ma, Ja, Ra, La, Sha. And you can pronounce both C or H or S. Ha and O. I'm not going to argue too much about how they pronounce. We will go back when you need it. This is the vowel symbols, and like in English, we're going to use just the basic one for right now, and we're going to go over those other one later. And that's your A, E, I, O, U. A is more of a vertical line to the right, and this really means any letter, which will be replaced by a letter. Without letter, these vowel symbols don't make any sense. So any this vertical line, this symbol right next to your letter, will make it sound like an A, just like cut, the U sound in a cut. If you have curvy symbols right left to your letter, it will gonna sound like an E, just like pet. Then this symbol with a vertical and a curvy left to your letter, we're gonna sound like an I, like pet. Or maybe I should try P-E-E-T. P. If you have the bracket-looking curving symbols on the left and the vertical line looking symbol on the right, covering both sides of the letter, that is gonna sound like an O, like an oak. And then the below, the bottom of the letter, symbols like this, is gonna make you sound like a U, like put. Let's see some examples. We'll take the word America, and I put, just for your reference, I put all these vowel symbols at the top, so you can break them down and use them. Now, the word America. First, we need to know, if we want to write that in Bengali, how many letters do I need to use? Now, America, Bengali letters are mostly based on syllables. So in America, I break down into syllables. A, me, re, ka. So there's 4 syllables, right? So if we want to break down into 4 syllables, I'm going to have 4 letters, which are aw, maw, raw, caw. Just like we saw at the beginning, how they pronounce. So I'm just putting it right here so you don't have to go back to that page. So this symbol is pronounced as aw. This symbol pronounced as maw. This symbol is pronounced as raw. This is pronounced as caw. And the reason I use that symbol, aw, because it sounds more like an A. Maw sounds more like an M. Raw sounds like more like an R. And caw sounds more like a C here. And you can also use that same one for K. Now, because it's not aw, it's I have to use a vowel symbols. So I go back here and I use these vowel symbols, and that because of this A, I'm gonna have to use eventually these vowel symbols. So right now, because I'm turning into a Bengali word, I need to use exactly how the symbol works. So instead of aw, I'm gonna make it ah by bringing these vowel symbols, because it's a vowel here, vowel sounds here. I'm gonna bring that symbols. You'll see in the next step. Same thing with me. Even though they're actually more simpler here because it has the vowel itself. So you just bring that vowel right here. So instead of just maw, you're gonna bring the E, and I highlight the E because I need these symbols with this guy, or M, or maw in this case. Same thing with this one. This is simpler because it tells you the vowel is I. So with raw, I'm gonna have an additional vowel symbols, which is this one. And the last one is ka. So ka is this underlined letter right here, just a small word, ka, to represent this letter. And then because it's a ka, I need these A symbols right here, which gonna bring it back to this guy to bring these symbols, to use these symbols. Don't worry about how to name these, how to pronounce these symbols right now, just call them vowel symbols. We're gonna worry about these naming nomenclatures later. Now with O plus the A, I'm gonna have a new symbols. By the way, if I don't use these vowel symbols, right, I'm gonna have, it's gonna pronounce like O, maw, raw, caw. Basically, without any symbols, America will sounds O, maw, raw, caw in Bengali, which is kind of funny. So I'm gonna use the vowel symbols to make it sound like America. Let's see. Here we go. So this O, I bring it down here, and because of A, I'm gonna be using the symbols that sounds like A, which is this guy right here. Look like a vertical line to the right. This circle tells you which side your letter should go. So the letters go in the left, symbols go on the right. Again, because of this E, I use this symbols right here. Also, it actually goes on the other side of the letters. So the symbol goes left to your letter. So that letter goes on the right, symbol goes on the left. And this little circle defines that. Now again, raw goes on the right. And because this defines, the symbol stays on the left. The symbol I becomes the I sounded symbol, and then raw comes on the right. So it's, instead of raw, it's re. And then caw is the same thing. Because it's A, the A is the symbol that goes to the right of the letter. That's why I put A on the right and Ka on the left. So it's A, Me, Re, because of the I, it's Re, Ka, because of the A. It's going to sound like Ka, not Ka. A, Me, Re, Ka. And that's how it's going to look like when you remove these dotted lines, because that's going to get replaced by the letter. So it's A right here. Then Me, remove this dotted line, Me, Re, Ka, America. Alright, let's see another one. We have Michigan here. I'm from Michigan, so I just picked that word. So let's break down Michigan into the symbols, into the syllables. Sorry. Now there's a little trick when you have something like an N. So I have broken down into Michigan. Instead of calling it Michigan, pronounce in Bengali more like Michigano. So there's a little trick. That's why I have to break it down into 4 letters. It's gonna be, I know I say almost all words, but this is the exception. This one is not 4 syllables, it's 3 syllables, but because of the last letter is gonna sound like 4 letters in Bengali. So I'm gonna take the word, I'm gonna take the letter that sounds like M. I'm gonna take the letter that sounds like Chi. I'm gonna take a letter that sounds like G, and one that sounds like N. So usually they all sounds O at the end. So this one's gonna sound like, instead of M, it's gonna sound like a Ma, Chaw, Go, and No. Let's see. Here is my letters, and I'm gonna, instead of going backward to look at the reference page, I'll put the pronunciation on the bottom, which is M. This is the underlined area. Ma. This is Shaw. Sometimes there can be CHO, sometimes SHO. It depends. This is Go, and this is No. And No don't really have any vowel or sound maker then, so it's just No. Now, because I have I, this I will bring it down right here, and right here another I, right here another A. So I have these 3 vowel symbols that I need to convert into. So this Ma plus this I, and I'm going to go right here to bring this symbol down to replace the I and make it sound like an I. Can you guess where I'm going to get this one from? Also the same place. And this A, can you guess? Go to the A, and then I replace the symbol for A. So let's see. Here you go. So I'm going to replace the I symbol into the vowel symbol, and then bring the letter M or Ma here. So instead of Ma plus I is Me. Shaw plus I, basically it's E. So it's She. Ga plus A is Ga, and that's where the symbol. And Na stays as Na. So Me, She, Ga, No. Remove all this dotted circle, and you have Me, She, Ga, No. Red colored is your sounds, and then you have the letter. Alright, hopefully it helps. If any question, leave a comment below. Thank you.